that it's important to talk to people and support people who are of a like mind. And when we look at our townships, when we look at our counties, both Camden County and Gloucester County, you're going to find some of the same problems. The names are different, but the problems are the same. And it stems from the taxes and the use of taxes, the abuse of taxes. Taxes are now used as a way to cover the cost of everything, whether it's necessary or not. And there's no checks or balances. There's nobody asking questions. Do we need a $2.9 million hockey rink at a time when the economy is bad? It's going to service 600 kids and it's going to return no return on investment. So we're just taking the money out of our pockets and spending it. Can we do that at home? How many people can truly afford to be at home, come time to pay the bills, they can ignore the bills and say, we're going to get 2 new cars, or we're going to get a new camper, or we're going to go away for the weekend or for the summer. And part of the issue is not just that we have spent more money than we have. In Camden County, we're $40 million in the hole. $40 million in the hole. And come next year, when the ice hockey rink property, the property in Pennsauken, the Pennsauken Mart, that they were so anxious to get rid of, they were so anxious to acquire so that we could build an ice hockey rink and provide jobs and provide, guess what they provided? Nothing. Except the $60 million bond that's coming due next year. That will come out of everybody's pocket in Gloucester County and Camden County. Those issues exist in Gloucester County as well. And we need strong state officials. We need strong county officials who are familiar with the issues, who are unafraid to stand up and be counted. And not just for the sake of standing up. We're seeing that in the federal government now. We're seeing all kinds of people standing up and making statements. But the time is coming when they're going to have to put it to a vote. And people are going to have to take responsibility and be accountable, be held accountable for their actions or their inactions. And that's where we are in Camden County, that's where we are in Gloucester County, and that's where we are in the state of New Jersey. We have to start from the top, making sure we're eliminating some of the problems there. We're not going to eliminate the law. It's not going to happen right away. But you get people like Tony in there, and some changes can be made. And in Camden County, I'm going to be there, along with Josh Rocks. And we're not going to be the candidates that report to bosses. We're not the candidates who people can say, well, you're bought and paid for. Because that's not going to happen. We will not just stand up with ideas, but we will stand up with recommendations, suggestions for changes, and we will pursue those changes through all the levels of government which are necessary. It's incredibly important that every single individual in this room talks to their 10 friends, their 10 family members, their 10 neighbors, and I say it all the time, but even 10 people who don't like you. Talk to them. See if they can answer the questions. See if they know what they do. Because the reality is, most of the people don't. They come in and they vote the same way. And they celebrate, and they go home, and they complain that the people they voted for didn't do the job. Well, I can tell you that I'm prepared to have my feet held to the fire on every issue. Property taxes in Camden County are going up 8%. The unemployment in Camden County is 10.7%, higher than the national average, higher than the local, than the state average. And that's going to go up. We have one of the highest foreclosure rates for seniors based on property taxes in the state. Why is that? Why is it that we continue to spend the money that we don't have? And when you look at the roads in Camden County, you look at the roads in Gloucester County, you find the same issues. Potholes, drains that are filled and overflowing, with debris and with growth. And then you look at the retention basins. The retention basins are garbage containers. People dump everything there. Nobody's responsible for cleaning them. But that's why we need to take an approach that's different. Every department now just adds 10% or 20% to what they got last year or the year before or historically. Well, right now, what we need to go back is to a zero budget. We need to make every department justify its use, justify its need, justify its expenditures. Do you really need those new chairs? Why? Why does the center, the trade center, Votech, why do they need a $5,000 roof, $1 million windows? Why? $4.5 million worth of new furniture. Why do they need it?
My cousin owns a furniture store.
Well, we don't know the reason that they've done it. We can make suggestions and recommendations, but nobody's looked at it. Nobody's evaluated it. Nobody has said this is necessary. But then they'll only put $4 million out for fixing the roads. Regardless of the number of potholes, the number of accidents, the number of car repairs caused by it, nobody's addressing it. And it is my intention to focus on those very types of issues. There should be no new construction of commercial buildings in Camden County or Gloucester County without considering solar power. Now, you're being controversial. Solar power is important. It is invaluable. But to put it in after the fact is outrageously expensive. Figure into the cost of doing business. We just opened a new facility in Gloucester Township on Welling Cross Tees Road, a new center. It's got 200,000 square feet of flat roof. And they complain about the electric bill. What's the point? These are the kinds of suggestions that I intend to make. These are the kinds of steps forward that I intend to push. Now, granted, the vote's still going to be 6 to 1 or 5 to 2. But they're going to be out there, and we're going to kick open the windows so that each person in this room and everybody in the public will have access to the information, and they will be able to see what's going on, to hear what's going on. We're going to eliminate those backroom deals so that everyone can look at the budget, they can look in their pockets, they can say, we can't afford this, and move forward with it. That is my commitment to you, and to your friends, and to your family, and to those people who don't like you. You can always have them come talk to me. So I thank you. I look forward to your support in every way that you can. I know you don't all live in Camden County, but you all have friends and acquaintances in Camden County. And the more we get that word out there, the better it's going to be. It's the same with Tony. The more we can get the name out there, the more we can get the word out there as to what he represents, and that he is the 4th legislative district candidate, the better it's going to be. So I thank you all for your time. Thank you for having me. And Tony, thank you for inviting me.